نجدد الحمد لله ونثني بالصلاة على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. So let's start inshallah and begin with Surah Al-Baqarah, the first verse, that's Alif Lam Mim. Is it verse or not, or a part of the verse? What do you think? Is it verse or part of the verse? Or in some masahif it's a verse, in some others it's not. What do you think? Is it verse or part of the verse? So the Prophet ﷺ said, لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف ولكن ألف حرف ولام حرف وميم حرف. So if you recite Alif Lam Mim, it's a minimum you get the 30 hasana, and Allah multiplied more and more. Do you have your own mushaf? If you have it, look at it. Why in most of the masahif, those letters at the beginning of those surahs called Huruf al-Tahajji, I call it Huruf al-Nawraniyya. Those Huruf al-Tahajji, Fawatih al-Suwar, it does not have vowels. It does not have harakat. Why is that? I said in most of the masahif, not all the masahif, there are one or two mushaf I look at it, they have. So you know about those vowels and harakat, yes? فَجَرَّدُوهُ كَمَا يَهْوَى كِتَابَتَهُ مَا فِيهِ شَكْلٌ وَلَا نَقْطٌ فَيَحْتَجِرَ. At the beginning, and for the Arabic writing, they have no vowels and no dots. That's at the beginning. You see now how it's a great, imagine if it still have no vowel and no dots. How are you going to read it? With the vowel and dots, and people get confused. So it was established later, yes? Which one they did it first? The naqt or shakl? Huh? That's correct. The naqt is first. So half and half. Half of them has dots and half of them not. One letter sometimes have something not the ya at the end. That's how they did it. However, in the beginning, the dots was not dots. At the beginning, the dots was not dots. Yes, that started with the differentiate between the letters, but was not dots. Okay? So at the beginning, they put like a vowels, harakat. Okay. At the beginning, the dots, first they started not with the dots of the letters. No. Sorry. They start with the dots, but not for the letters. They start with the dots for the harakat, for the vowels, for i'rab. But they call it niqat al-i'rab, not harakat al-i'rab. They do dots, but for i'rab, for grammar. For fatha, kasra, dhamma, you know? So they put like a fatha, a dot on the right. You know, kasra, a dot on the bottom. You get it? So that's how they did it in the beginning. Was that for a short period of time. And then they added other dots, the dots for the letters. And they give it different color. And get confused now. Many dots. So they went back to the dots they did for grammar, for harakat. They make it a sign for harakat. So they changed the first dots. A little bit confusing? So it started with the harakat, but they didn't give it harakat, they gave it dots. Then they put the dots for the letters. Then they went back to the original, the dots, they made it harakat. So now, there's the dots and harakat. And you know how they choose it, yes? They choose for the fatha, Alif, it's Alif sleeping. And for a kasra, Alif as well. For the Dhamma, the small waw. For Sukoon, it's the head of the Kha. Sukoonun khafif. Ha. And for Shadda, the head of the Sheen. Sukoonun shadid. You know? So and so and so. So they made it that way. So now they have two signs. There is dots, that's a sign for the letters, and another sign for the grammar, for the harakat, for fatha, kasra, and dhamma, and other things. That they made it easier for us. So why those letters, they have no vowels, no harakat, no signs? Why? And as I said, in most of the masahif, not all of the masahif, like for example, this mushaf was written in Libya, the shuyukh, they were debating. Do we should put those harakat or not? If they put harakat, what they should do? They should put like hamza and fatha on the alif, and then fatha on the lam, and then shadda and kasra on the mim. If they put it. But you look at it, yes? There's no vowels here. There's no harakat. Why is that? لماذا? Okay, we do have two types of letters. حروف مباني وحروف معاني. حروف مباني وحروف معاني. The letters are part of the structure of the word. It's like a building, that's a bricks, or to build something. That's حروف مباني. And the other one, حروف معاني. It's a letters, but each letter has specific meaning. It refers to something. So we have حروف مباني وحروف معاني. These letters are حروف معاني. معاني. All others مباني. Muhammad, how many letters of mabna has? 4. مباني, mabna. So how you construct the word Muhammad, if you want to like look at the building, with these letters, yes? So this is mabani, part of the word. And the other one, each letter has a meaning. Alif, Lam, Mim. That's why each letter stand alone. And that's why each letter you pronounce it completely. It's not only you pronounce the sound of the letter. You pronounce the name of the letter. Is that right? We're not pronouncing the sound of the letter. We're pronouncing the name. عندنا مسمى الحرف وعندنا اسم الحرف. So there's a sound that comes with the letter. Like la, that's a sound. And we have a name of the letter. That like lam. Okay. So we are pronouncing the letters, not the sound of the letters. So this is حروف معاني وليست حروف مباني. And that's why they are not similar to other ones. So the شكل, الضبط, the علامات, the حركات وضعت لماذا؟ لحروف المباني، لحروف المبنى وليس لحروف المعاني. We agree to that now? Okay. However, in some of the masahif, the committee that's behind that writing the mushaf decided to do both the vowels because they said, we have seen some old masahif, they have it. So based on that, they put it, and they said, to make it easier for the people, that we put those vowels to make it easier for them to read. As the first place, why those letters there? Those letters there to make it easier for people to read. So if you want to see, I will make it clear for you. If you can see this mushaf, there's a vowels, I guess. It's a small writing. You can look at it. I will take screenshot. What he said, shot here from the picture, and then you make it bigger. Then you can see it. So there's vowels. It's good to see, by your eyes, and there's another things that you can know. You will notice. You saw Alif Lam Mim here. There's harakat, yes. And what other things you notice? It's not ayah by itself. It's not ayah by itself. It's a part of the ayah. Yeah, show them. Yes. Okay. So it is has a vowels in some masahif. Majority of masahif has no vowels. Okay, has no harakat. Let's use the haraka, because you haraka. Okay, you should understand now. And most of the, in some masahif it's ayah by itself, and some masahif, no, it's part of the ayah. Okay. How many surah started with those letters, like with these types of letters? Because Fawatih surah in Quran, generally speaking, how the surahs begin with 10 different types. Fawatih surah 10. There are, for example, when you say Alhamdu, that's one meaning and one type. They're called Al-Thana, praising Allah. There are 14 surahs that start with the praising Allah. 14 surahs. Can we count them? 5 Alhamd, 7 Sabbaha yusabbihu subhana, and 2 Tabarak. Tabarak al-Mulk, Tabarak al-Furqan. How many? 14. Okay? So 14 surahs start with the meaning of Alhamd, with the meaning of Alhamd, that theme, what's called Thana. Thana, ala Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Praising Allah, how many? 14. So that include 5 Alhamd, 7 Tasbih, and 2 Tabarak. And all of that, Tanzih, glorifying Allah and praising Him. 14 surahs start with that. How many surahs started with those letters? Alif, Lam, Mim, Hamim, all of those. How many surahs in total? 29. How many? 29 surahs. Jazakallah khairan, mashallah, you get it. Can you start? Mashallah. Yeah, 29 surahs. Mashallah. 29 surahs. And all of them are Meccan surahs, except Al-Baqarah and Ali Imran. Ahsan. So all of them, when in a surah, without thinking, Hamim, Makki. Hamim, Ain, Siqa, Makki. Tasin, Makki. You don't think it. Baqarah, Ali Imran, no, Madani. So all of those ones are Makki. Except there are 2 surahs. Al-Baqarah wa Ali Imran. Okay. How many Alif Lam Mim by itself? Alif Lam Mim. Alif Lam Mim. How many surahs? Alif Lam Mim. There's one Alif Lam Mim Ra. That's by itself. One person was Alam Tara. He's thinking Al-Mirt Katar. What is? 3? No, more. More. 6. Alif Lam Mim, 6 surahs. You never thought about it, huh? Alif Lam Mim, 6 surahs. Yeah, let's count them. Alif Lam Mim Baqarah, Alif Lam Mim Ali Imran. Alif Lam Mim Rum. Alif Lam Mim Luqman. Yes. Alif Lam Mim Al-Ankabut. Alif Lam Mim Sajda. 6 surahs. Is that right? 6 surahs. So Alif Lam Mim 6. Alif Lam Mim Ra 1. Alif Lam Ra 5. Okay. So anyway, 29 surahs. 29 surahs. So you find some of them start with 1 letter. Noon, Qaf, Sad. Some of them 2 letters. Yasin, Tasin. So some of them with 3 letters. Yes, some of them with 4. Some of them with 5. Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. Okay. Alif, Lam. Okay. Kaf, Ain, Sad. That's 5. Yeah. Hamim, Ain, Sin, Qaf. 5. Yes. How many letters in total that were used in this? Allah subhanAllah used. How many letters that all collected if you count that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choose for this? ويجمع الفواتح الأربع عشر سله صحيرا من قطع كذا اشتهر ويجمع الفواتح الأربع عشر. How many letters? 14 letters. Like Imam al-Jamzuri, he collected in a statement. He said ويجمع الفواتح أربع عشر صله صحيرا من قطعك. صله صحيرا من قطعك. يعني it's not bad meaning he collected. However, Imam Abu Jarir al-Tabari, he has a beautiful statement how he collected them together. Beautiful. You're not going to forget it. I'm telling you. Wallah, it's really beautiful. You know, by the way, Abu Jarir Tabari, one of the early tafsir that we have received. It's not one of the early tafsir, the first tafsir was made. No, one of the early tafsir that we have received, because some of the tafsirs were made, we heard about it, but we didn't receive it completely. So he collected in beautiful statement, 14 letters. He put it together and make a nice statement. Maybe he's not the first one, but at least he's the first one mentioned in his book. Are you interested to know this statement? Okay. نص حكيم قاطع له سر. Beautiful. The 14 letters that construct one statement. نص, a text, حكيم, full of wisdom, حكيم, قاطع, a certain or a criterion, you know, له سر, has a secret, which is the Quran. It's a Quran. It's a full of wisdom. A text has a full of wisdom, and it comes with a certainty, with a criteria, you know, to differentiate between right and wrong, haqq and batil, and it has a secret. Without repeating it, I'm sure you can repeat it. Yes. نص حكيم قاطع له سر. See, I told you, beautiful. So these 14 letters construct one word. نص حكيم قاطع له سر. And that's give the meaning of it. Subhanallah. Alif, Lam, Mim, Ha, Mim, all these 14 letters. And do you notice it's a 14? Half of the Arabic letters. 14 is half of the Arabic letters. And not only this, it has the half even of the sifat. All these 14. If you go in deep, you'll find many things amazing about those 15 letters. So نص حكيم قاطع له سر. And that's why when the scholars in the past, they said, what's the meaning of this? They said that this is one of the asrar, the secret of the Quran. But how, okay, we understand it's the secret of the Quran, but how the people, they understood those words? Oh, I'm running out of battery, so that maybe those in the Zoom, they will miss the Zoom, unless we put the charge in the bag in there. Yeah. And maybe you need to bring as well the extension. There's an extension there, right? Yes. So how those receive it? Okay, we understand how sir has secret, but those never complain. Those are Arabic, people. Those in Arabia, those in Medina, Mecca. They heard this. Oh, what these letters? We're talking about something strange. Because it's just strange. By the way, was not the part of their style. In their style before, when they begin, they talk about what? About al-mahbuba. بانت سعاد فقلب اليوم مثبول مثيم إثرها. They talk about, atlal, about their beloved one, about the camels, something in their environment. But none of them, start with speech with the letters. That's not normal. How they receive it? Tell me. First of all, I want you to notice when I say Alif Lam Mim, what comes after? ذلك الكتاب العربي. So refer to the book. حميم والكتاب المبين. ألف لام ميم صاد كتاب أنزلناه إليك. Yes, and so on so. صاد والقرآن للذكر. Yes, قاف القرآن المجيد. So there are some refer to the Quran. You notice that now, yes? So after those letters. Okay, that's what that tells you. Okay, I'll give you something. Quran came to challenge them, is that right? And you notice those surahs in Mecca surahs, and most of that, the Mecca surahs came to challenge. It's a challenge that most time in the Mecca surahs, challenge. Bring something alike. Can you bring a surah like this? 10 surahs? There's a challenge. And Allah told him, Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ الْعَرِيبُ. So, can you elaborate more about this? I'll give you example. You want to get it. I'm telling you. Just bear with me and pay attention to this example. If you go to a mechanic and he tell you, I'm a genius. I'm smart. I could, do really and make the angel from A to Z. How are you gonna make sure that he's good or not? You give him the parts of the angel. Yes, these are the parts. After a few hours, I want you to make an engine for the car, and you give him all the parts. Make him and tell him this is the angel. So this is how you challenge. Yes. What these letters? It's part of the what? Of the part of the words. What's the speech? The speech is words. And what's the words? It's letters. Bring the letters together, bring words together, you make the speech. It is challenge. So now tell them, these are the letters. Take it and bring something alike. They cannot. Alif, Lam, Mim. Those letters that you have. Is any things that you can bring it together, you can bring Quran like? So they understood from it, they understood that it's a challenge. It's challenging them. By those letters that you use in the same letters, can you bring Quran alike? They cannot. So that's one meaning, we can, talk about. Does that make sense? Does it make sense, yes? Okay. But by the way, this is not explanation, but that's how those mushrikeen perceive it, how they get it. That's what I'm guessing. Because if they couldn't understand, they would question it. Yes, it's a secret, but tell me what's the secret. This is the secret. This is the one of the secret. This is the whole point. These are challenges. But to be surah al-Mithli, that's in Surah Al-Baqarah. These letters. Can you bring Quran alike? They cannot. Because those part of the speech and the Quran refer to that. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ. That's the one construction of those letters. And now, if somebody never went to study in a school, it's almost impossible to make the right spelling for any word. Ask a person to spell the word right. By the way, how